We're talking about the feet again, except this time, let's take these toe spacers off. Now, you squat a lot, you do this in training, whether it's a wall ball, whether it's a front squat, a back squat, a squat snatch, right? Or for all my weightlifters out there, saying squat snatch is kind of a no-no, right? It's just a snatch because there is no such thing as a squat snatch. But, we do all kinds of different kinds of squatting motions in both CrossFit, weightlifting, functional fitness, right? And in life. Now, most athletes do the squat wrong, and you're probably one of them. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Because if you fix your squat, you can fix your back pain, you can fix your hip pain, you can fix your knee pain, you can improve performance, right? You can get more stable with your overhead positioning. The list goes on. So tune in, and that's what we're going to be talking about here in about 30 seconds. But if you haven't done it yet, remember, subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me, Dr. Tank, here with our daily body armor. We come at you daily. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you never miss a way to keep being awesome and bulletproof your body so that you can keep doing the things that you love. So now, let's get back to the squat. So now, what's the main cue you guys often hear when you're squatting? The big two that comes to mind are, right, knees out, which is good, and also stay on the heels, which is so it's that stay on the heels, which often actually causes a lot of athletes problems. And to start out, it's not saying that the cue of staying on your heels is bad, right? Because we have to understand that the cue is just as good as the reason why it's being used, right? So if someone comes in and they're super on their toes and they're trying to squat with the heels, 5 inches off the ground, yes, we're going to cue that individual to stay on your heels. But this often causes a over exaggeration and causes people to squat only on their heels, right? So now, let's go to that foot, because we need to be thinking about this foot as we're weightlifting, as we're squatting, and as we're training on a daily basis. So think of the foot as the tires to the road. The tires to your car, right? So if you're unable to get traction on the road, your car isn't going to go anywhere, correct? So you just spin your tires, you don't really go anywhere, you have a hard time steering, and it's not the best for performance, but it's also not the best for the health of your car. That's just like your body. So as soon as those toes come up when you're squatting, all of a sudden you get a lot more unstable. You have a hard time creating vertical force, right? So if you pull the toes up and try and jump, like how high can you actually get? Not that high, right? So now, think about it like this. You pull up the toes, you're trying to get out of the bottom of the squat, and you have no power to drive out of that squat. So you kind of got to lift that chest up, arch that back, and almost trying to pull those hips forward, right? Instead of really driving away from the ground. Okay? Now, that's what bad foot position causes us. It causes us a lack of power and a lack of stability down the chain so that we can be strong athletes. It causes us, because of that lack of stability, we start to see that back arch, so back pain. We start to see, because that back is arched, the big hip stabilizers can't function the way they need to, then all of a sudden those knees start kind of collapsing in, and you end up with one of these squats, right? So, yeah, we've all seen it. So with that, right, a really easy fix is if we glue those feet to the ground. So I want everyone to feel big toe, pinky, heel. Feel those points. Feet just outside the hips. Toes pointed relatively between 11 and 1. And I want you to maintain that tripod. So the tripod, big toe, pinky, heel, right? Maintain that tripod and try and screw that foot out. You're going to see that arch of the foot start to pull up. You're going to feel tension through that entire system, tension through the hips, feel the butt actually turn on, and that foot position, pressing through that tripod and through the center of that foot, is what we need to think about as we're driving from the ground and also squatting, right? Because if we can maintain that solid foot position, all of a sudden we're going to be more powerful as we try and explode vertically, more powerful as we drive away from the ground. Your glutes are finally going to work for the first time in years. You're going to feel your quads work. You're going to feel everything through that system work. Your PRs are going to go up. You're going to take less strain off the knees, less strain off the back, less strain off the hip, and you're going to be able to feel and perform better. So guys, give that a go. Remember, tripod, screw that foot out, drive straight down as you drive those knees out, okay? Driving away from the ground, maintain that tripod so that you can maintain a nice solid base as you go and train. So guys, this is Dr.